making Empire Waste, one of the most important elements was casting. This is a movie about learning to love yourself exactly as you are, and we wanted to make sure people watching at home saw bodies like theirs represented on screen.
There was a certain point of time where I recognized that my existence in this art form was a form of rebellion. Because I looked around at the people in my life and I realized that the media that I was consuming didn't reflect that. And the media that we consume when we're younger shapes our worldview.
For my patients, seeing themselves represented on screen, patients with different skin types, different hair types, it makes people feel seen, it makes them feel included, respected, relevant, heard in a certain respect.
Kayla is like everything that I wanted to be when I was younger, not even like younger, like now even. Her personality is just very out there, and I kind of wish that there was something like that for me to see. We don't see a lot of like dark-skinned black women, big black women on TV, and I thought this would be an amazing thing to see like played out.
Unfortunately, the reality of the industry is that there's been a lot of harm done in the past with the way that Hollywood portrays body image, the way that Hollywood portrays who wins and who loses.
I think Sylvie subscribes to the generic idea of what a woman should look like and is told by social media.
I've been acting for a long time, and it is really fun to see how things have changed so dramatically in the last several years, and you had to fit this perfect mold, and you had to be a certain age, race. Everything has been flipped over on its head, and it's really fun to watch.
When you see yourself represented on screen, you learn that your story is worthy of being told, and therefore you are worthy. Everything that you are experiencing is important, and you yourself are important.
Seeing this script, I knew that I had to be a part of it because my body was not being used as a joke.
I was very excited about this particular role because you guys were looking for a disabled girl. Seeing a disabled girl is rare, let alone a disabled girl of color. 2 girls gave me their numbers, which beats my normal record by 2. Nice. And then her queerness, oh my gosh, I was so happy that she is queer because I feel like being able to have a queer disabled character, that's so rare. You know, you don't see that often. I told my mom, I was like, I want this one. We're in. They're in. They're in!
It's also really valuable to have your child exposed to stories that reflect a variety of people, because they too can learn that other people's stories are important.
As a kid, I didn't see people who looked like me being celebrated, or I didn't see people who looked like me having the struggles that I would go through. You don't have a lot of trans people in your life. How do you know what a trans person is? You watch it on TV, you see it in a movie, and it matters.
I'm Chicana. Media literally puts the example, and people follow it. When it comes to being Latina, they tend to put everyone under one umbrella and what we look like and how we're supposed to act and sound. Oh, you have attitude because you're Latina. I'm like, no, I have attitude because that's who I am.
When have you seen something where there's more than one person of size, person of color? When I was playing a teenager, I hit every diversity box for shows. They only wanted one person, so I was ethnic, I was plus size. So they're like, okay, body and race, and now let's make her a lesbian. So I'm like checking all the boxes and everyone else is white. I was like, this is not the world. This Empire Waste is the world.
There's the nice chairs for our wonderful crew. This is the best crew in the land.
In addition to representation on screen, we also wanted to make sure we had representation behind the scenes. We wanted to make sure when our actors were on set, they saw people around them who looked like them, which is actually how we ended up having all female department heads who are not only talented, but also phenomenal leaders.
Can we give it up for the queen? She's over on us.
Who created a safe space for our actors to be vulnerable and just be themselves.
I was very nervous for all of my fittings, but the costume process was very reaffirming for me because they tried so hard to make me feel comfortable in what I was wearing. So if I didn't feel comfortable in something, they red flagged it immediately. Francesca first showed this to me, and I was a little bit scared, but I was intrigued.
Nice of you to join us, Kayla.
God, the pleasure's all mine, Miss Hall. It turned out amazingly.
Holly, I'm not gonna fall. Look at me not falling and whoop.
What I love about this movie is that you get to celebrate those differences. And for me, it's something that has been really hard for me my whole life, to be able to just like celebrate what's different about me, and getting to see my castmates doing that and see all of us just enjoying being ourselves.
I think all of us change the narrative when we can that tells people, hey, whoever you are, wherever you're coming from, you have something valuable and unique as a person that makes you special and incredible, and you should let that shine.
Next up, we'll be talking about bullying and how to develop resilience.